Mema wache na mema wakwaba emfa umra Adom TV. Nnawotwi dwumadie so enene so nyame aye Adom a yasa hia ye babedi oman Ghana honkomo. Ye ndwendwen se oman Ghana ye we ye dia ye wani Nyankopon che ye no ne ode maye ene enti se ko yu se ko bonio ade o se me ne o nyina no etumi kire ya dwen ma bibia etumi ko yie na asemba ko abetodwa a emre bi mu ne yedi hu nkoma na wotwie so aye asema wo se yetume de hu nkoma no mining lease Ghana ediama Barari Ghana Limited omono yama omo akwanya se omo nkotu efoma gudi a ye friend no Lithium ewo ewo Mankesim area honti Infantiman municipality mo neno na mpenifo bebre a kire omadwen se o share contract ne pa dia na agreement ene nkofo na kona I had to say share mining as if it na sa arrangement na yakwa ato ene enso Ghana wo hwa ye tu efoma kudie over time po ye independence over 60 years into mbisa se dent na yeguso a ye ne nkofo ko agreement ye sha ase so many years ago into no ene yenya lithium nkofo kra argue say lithium no de ade ene wiase obia ehia bi enti se ehia bia ye ntumi nsesan nuemam eno na nne ye ba besi hu nkonya na ye de hu nkomo ye ne omo nimde ewo eye from agudie mu bi te say Dr. Tony Obeng enka no na nka on na ye CEO Edema Minerals Commission enti omo a emrama omo kwan se omo nhwe no omo mankofo kwan so omo nkotu efom agudie no papa e wa peni wo hoda enti mra no onim papa obebo ya betumi ate ase se den kwan ye fa so a ye betumi aye ma lithium lease we etumi akoyi amagana ye ne bedi enkomo ana ne pay Ora Richard Prepra a president Small Scale Miners Association of Ghana on ebedi nkomo Alhaji Amadu Sorogo your former MP for Madina enka no na nka ono na ye chairman for the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament entino in some way otiase yi ono ebedi nkomo yes I wo ora kwadwo Boating or your former MPP constituency chairman New Jobbing North Obaba Cancer na ye no edin komo Dr. Frank Boating unim say as part of the mining lease it was say Barari DV Limited omo na omo see ne friend refinery because agreement ne chere say nya de be exporto lithium on a raw form or say add value to it and san yetumi e de akwa amonone enti o see refinery na sa omo ye feasibility studies no University of Mines and Technology na Dr. Frank Boating vice dean at the Office of Research Innovation and Consultancy UMAT obejoin ye na one ye edi enkomo na asemba akoso a ye de ni beko kakra Nnawotwi mu nso speaker Alban Bagman he kan so on the Wakanda say sa Office of the Special Prosecutor no ade o ne nkosi aga enkosi hwe eno nso ye beche ye ni ahwe kakra se ni oka ye den ne o se ye fafim OSP no ye nyate awie kwan be ne ye fa so a ye betumi aboa ma na adwuma no asi akoyie nsem we ne ye ba bedi hu enkomo e wo Nnawotwi adwumadie so enne memene da Nyankopon aye da me ye nyina so yetumi ahia e wo Adom TV ene Asempa 94.7 FM ya from Samuel Kojo Brace me de me ye nekeke me gina mu edema production team wala ene akosi edi enim papa e boy ma bibia esokoyi enti me gina production team na name na mama akwa aba adawase so o me yakwinja say na na peso ye no medi nkomo oni entra fremre we ya ko nondude na yetumi adwendwen oman Ghana ho de oman Ghana to yenim na ya bo oman Ghana so afa ne ntampa efra ye ko ne yaba ye ba ye be hye nsem na ase ne yabo ne tetew oni entra ye ba isia Mema wa kwaba emfa mbra na watwe dwumade so yeda ase se one atena yen hyase ne yemfa nsem no engu se ne yesitie honorable Alhaji Amadu Sorogo ye former MP for Madina Abakan South Studio. Alhaji, good morning.
Good morning, how say?
Me hoye 24-hour economy ne there.
So
mujina so
it was here jina so yes and where you want to Ghana. And if you said we are young we are very eloquent we can no
me nya 24 na me boni trika
because we say what dimpa na when your business say nka opon wa na 2 o'clock we benya bia onko
meko
definitely
all right you mate yenko zoom na ye ne obi a ye ka no former gudi a ote ase ye papa we there I mean onim former gudi ho nsem ni yie and ofi office wo no and yes we yin ani ogusua edi ho nkoma na kra our institution bia our responsibility say they research into these mineral related issues. Dr. Tony Obeng, former CEO for Minerals Commission.
Oh, okay.
Doc Martin.
Yeah, medio.
Now, Bibia wa here.
Ya mi Adom ne mo mpa bonti.
Solid.
Can't tell Dr. Semito tell. No time.
On one in here.
Time. Dog we time wa how.
Mamicha mi chama. Mamicha Alaji e correct.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Alaji
anyway,
no problem. Thanks for all the good work, why.
Okay. All right. Doc, yen sha say me sure say Lease no by now dey what kind what you say. Den na ohu fa Lease Ghana ne Barari assigning.
Yo, edika no meda wase e wa kwanja we hu. Na machie wahwefo ne watiefo ne penifo mo so studio mu ho no se wo ye contract bia yanyi lithium de kura mfi ho de wo hwe eye ne oma miensa in fact do di kan hwe ade ba ko the value awo ana value awo de ko table no so wo value wa ho den wo bo awo de ko na fe wahwe context say sa situation here you wo mi it is saying the context it is saying na fe wahwe wan kasa so wo history wa bako sem and then finally wo projection said that channel ade a wo ye ehina de wo beko and I said the emphasis the end of the bro in the long term enti Ghana for one more concern or more raise about agreement and yes say bia akoye say abayan tumi antutum kakra o say yes say so we agreement in mo a wo hwe benefit rate na obi be ka say royalties yeah na nka 5% no ya increase na akọ 10% to be say we na abaya ade abaya fitire no homa o ya ade ana so obi so be ka say yen free carry interest no na ye law no emra no kire say ye ohamu enchemu edu 10% sesi a wode akọ 13% nti anhwa na abaya nunu no ho akasa won say me dey 10% akọ 13% ma ya ade but enye sa na Ghana for hwe ye emra na edi edwuma sesi na akoye say tete colonial laws bi ne edi edwuma na emre bia so no wo hwe ne mre no ho contest no na wa ye ho emra sesi eye sa famagudi a friend lithium eni ni nuanom bi a ye ka boma ye frɛ critical minerals no eyade a oho abehia wo wiase afa na nyina mu the whole world obi ahia lithium because of the drive towards clean energy. Say what would do when it did sa COP 28 achi no. Ube say amana nyina I share omu kutu pa say one more ede omani clean energy so. Inti say nyame boa oma unya clean energy resource bia ti say lithium ma. Eno no uton eboa ede fa so de kese bebrɛ. O mfa emradada no en ton sa de no. And anywhere entry ya ama omai asem rather than royalties this na ya de kakraka with this na de kakraka now here ya bakosem so a many with time bia na ka say Ghana for ya mine for over 100 years oboase eti say Johannesburg we samre no ebia na mra na wo no context no emma kwan mo munye bibi isan say na colonial for no mo ye Now we are in the 80s, so I improve your mining, minerals and mining law. No, that time near hatching for Ghana. Those are Ghana because GDP was negative. Inflation was 144% near that. Inti Ope can be unresolvable problems. Inti Ubekin Kofu but since here, the woman ya lithium acquire new mineral. A bit me aboyeno. Anka wu di ho nsawoso ana wadi ne kese preko. Eni ti am se bi ebedin komo ebewie no na me de madwen kire aba kwan anka ese afa so eye no because untumi criticize na unjan sa mane nko sa o criticize na wo de adwen kire bia ye ni sei anka be eni ti enu ti na manfo etwa adwade wo ho. Okay.
Orafui Chikata any Rabi a friend coffee and San Adom actual crater be or yes lithium mining or no more used to some analysis be a Boama Ghana for you to me at SNT. Mamma for what dream almost say. So what share a agreement a Ghana signing here? Ye were a year 10% royalty, 1% levy, a year. There is a 1% levy, development levy there, 35% corporate income tax, and a 13% government-free carried interest. And almost a young fan say, company we annual gross revenue of 100 cedis, and operating cost and other allowable deductions amounting to 30 cedis. Let's say income tax or tax say 35 or 70 cedis, and an income tax of 24.5 cedis, leaving a profit of 45.5 cedis. Or say, assume the whole profit is paid out in dividend to shareholders, say government and investors. Dividend payments in by 13% of 45.5, so 45 cedis, 50 pesos, and also 6 cedis to government, and 39.5 to the investor. And annual total amount in by year to the government side, royalty plus levy, 11 cedis out of the 100.
Yeah.
Income tax, 24 cedis, 50 pesos. Dividend, 6 cedis. Also, can you now say a buying binya 41 cedis, 50 pesos. Now investor then 39 cedis, 50 pesos. Also, wait, say, so what can you now boom? A buy is probably deriving something more than the attitude to Abonting. And yes, sanity.
You say ocean nominally sanity. And of course, Ubiti say lawyer for Chikata and Urakufiansa, Omi and Kwafo, Omo, Ediatente Benwo. Sorry. Minerals and mining issues, Mupa, Urakufiansa, no, first CEO of the Minerals Commission. Now, the Americans say, we say, okay, senior, yes, our calculations here, and the ideal situation. Now, could Ghana have even received more than the 41.59? And this is where the question lies. Anka Ghana here, the coin Fufro Biswa, Anka Ghana between more than 41.5. And I may say yes. Say, okay. We are suffering your baby friend no lithium triangle. Lithium triangle no Mexico, Argentina, and Chile. I'm just okay lithium two of so say we are suffering in baby a single country be now so the Omaya say Mexico was it say ya can say no on fan lithium no emma obiantu. Omo at a Bayer state projector. Omo abehwe se omo abetu omo de ananso omo ba frɛ ebinum se mo betu mame na yema mo commission ti said the Saudi Arabia for two omo ya no omo ya no omo ya no omo tu no enye private company bia na ebetu no ama Saudi Arabia 5% 2% a special resource ma omo we lithium no so at this stage a high demand no a special resource at the ma on mine and inti ebetu aba say Ebex okay, ya betu ya de na mum obi mra meboayen oba utu wi a wo de 50 wo de 20% 30% private public partnership betu me use Chile for the same thing Chile wo mu use the same agreement enye to say old one now, to a normal nominal figures be for royalties, for carry interest and all those areas. And this is where I find that argument a little bit worrying, because on the nominal face value, no, the omokani no pray. But and you see, then it will not even be different from what obtains in the other sectors, because that 1% is all most of the mining companies are, even though in your law, no, most of them almost 1% foundation, almost 1% of their profit, and sometimes additional percentage on the production. Into a moment production, no mama profit. So meaning companies they go first, almost say no. Now or foundation no, 1% of profit, and then additional 1% or 50.5% of production of profit. I mean production and profit. Into so saying 1% to grow more the mark community no.
Okay.
And now royalties 5%. First no now between 3 and 9%. And the previous government, NDC by no, increasing ring fencing into 5%. And so a increase from 3 to 5%. But this time around, what we are saying is that we need to have a different framework, a completely different framework for the development of our critical minerals, because after all, the demand is very high and is going to go higher even as we move forward. And that's the basis of my disagreement with otherwise very well thought of argument.
Okay. Now to say, your argument is premised on the fact that lithium is a mineral which is in high demand now. Indeed, you see it being in high demand as our basis to argue for a better option, right? Absolutely.
Australia. Australia with different rate of royalties for iron ore, or different rate of royalties for gold and other minerals. So you don't deal with all the minerals as an omnibus entity. We in such a way say, we or minor mineral no was assassin so no. Ubenya home for so dear, because after all, mineral no utu a being some free view. Utu film na acquire no one no fast so dear obenya no no. Men can say CC private sector na didn't seek abano. Na eno na ma aya na misuma orari for no. Esan say ebi ana omo ba no. Oma hwe emra nim ena enam so nti oma agya tum so mba bitu. Ena aya na ha me because akwese say omo di nke aba. E de omo aba be shim. But I think the government should have thought a little bit broader as soon as we found lithium in a bigger quantity, in a commercial quantity. No, now different rules. They said there are oil and gas buy, you see in your mines for the NBA, special ones. No? And I think going forward, that's the way we should go.
Okay.
Either public-private partnership, either as a government, the state will take control and then invite developers to come and develop at a certain distribution rate near there.
Where good, sir, you were the former CEO for Minerals Commission. We understand, sir, air lithium, na ye niho data biya, into wemo and ababe discover lithium in commercial quantities. Sir, ebanisa, ono na dini sika be shame, one fa will press one cry and shame. So, how do we bargain for a higher rate?
Yes, and see that's the point I made earlier. So this company in particular, no, or more peculiar situation. Personally, that's how I see it, because we had lithium, the occurrence of rare earth, no, including lithium, no, had been known, and yet, but like many other minerals, Ghana young developer here now, so young need data. And again, that's another problem with our country, where we have not been able to map our minerals. Any gold in a bauxite say Ghana with data or and no dear, but other minerals are critical data on them. For 2000 and I think 2006 was Sikebi from European Union airborne geophysical survey the whole country, and our country and part of the country, who be piano. It gave the occurrence of about 26 minerals. In this country, we have some minerals for which we don't know the quantity. I say to me, to establish the quantity. And yes, I answer, Ubi Weshepumu, no, ya, no, say, uranium will happen. Inti ye me too and abibisa a honda in the market. Anti only bagina or because I me actually and I sympathize with the company at this stage. Say Emra nam small or the buyer no. If you are Samra no HN sell buy being 5%. Or I mean obitua royalties 5%, obitua free carry interest 10%. And we are no access why in 13 they are not my idea. But going forward, seriously, going forward, we need to have a comprehensive look at our minerals and mining law and try to have a discriminatory approach to the way I manage minerals. The demand is higher. We also demand better for the country.
With the thinking, say, ultimately, this is shame. But I know when Yashi Ghana for the Enfa Winchow, because they didn't know how. Would you, as a former CEO, advise Aban say, look, emphasis can shame and encourage minerals be a ebi enim se yeni biwa na yentumi estimate quantities here so that so be bar yetumi abagani ye. Would you give that recommendation?
I will give that recommendation. You need to know what you have. You know, so what you have. You need to know what you have. Say be no kan kakra say yehu say na I mean one more musia geology no. They have a general idea of what is available. They have a general idea of where we should concentrate. Inti I don't know. Yes, Suya Point is a University of Mines and Technology, Legon, Geology Department, Woko Tech, and UDS now. One more Nimbia for Ombetumi Abwa, Ma Yetumi Ayasadiano. Mekai say, Ram, maybe fee, a binding beefy, Kunyaso, maybe fee Minerals Commission. Yane, you mat for any Legon 4-year agreement, Bisanka, Omumwa, Maya Mapo, Yen Minerals na Yehuno. You be used to PhD students and a master, a very good master student to do their thesis now that's supported by the commission. In Kaanka Krana, they map those resources. We need to do that. Other than Yama, you for Russia for in Chromatam near a tree, no Yama, Russia for is a hungry force are there. On Bebuami, the mapping and bauxite. Into bauxite, say, data will I just say, into Woofro, be said. Ono meka bauxite ho asem na mundi ho boa mu betumi aye na lithium yi asa e bantam de e ba ye na akoye gidigidi kakra na meka say misuma company na e wo so sesia no.
Okay.
But going forward there are other rare earth minerals yen hwehwe na said bema ye betwe ska bia ma yen universities no mo so studio mo ani akomande bia bo ne mayedin Omo ntumi anye ne kese kra o betuma my idea because omo ne equipment and yes knowledge o ye nkofo no maben ebinum ba brochire ha ebinum ba brochire omo ne master kese na ye ma so nim ya kwala ba ko Dr. Solomon Usu a omo friend say so no ye Ghana well na o ye makwala wo your friends go fields sisi a omo so no form wo America mines na wo mu oh enti yo enkwada ni bi ho a memua ne ketensia bia wo ma kwadre wo saa eniomemu yen so masre na omutumi mua na yen mapo yen minerals na ye wo.
Interesting. All right, doc on entra yeah basically yen for Dr. Frank Boateng Brem on Vice Dean Office of Research, Innovation and Consultancy at University of Mines and Technology. Doc memo akwaba show there is also the coins on the Ghana for aba edumanemu na transfer of knowledge and no coin ben so na far you bet me ensure that is happening because we know say in the oil industry we've had several complaints local content in the ground and to be eduma here. Oh, Dr. Frank, okay, and remember Alaji I'm say or something about coin ben so say first who say near their share agreement in say company between the Abrafo aba. There was some way ensure so much for Ghana for on be transfer of knowledge so that yen so no actually be nyan kofo mo in dia on be to aboy there kwa no surface so ensure that is done
where mama fa akonyo is na minchia ya tiefo nyina omo amohwe na omo metie na bebia ode ami ashase no ase ya mfimfin baby na mpese nkane
o sha so baby wo
doctor kan ye no say at least me so me wo bibi kakra I was a make doctor obekan as a technical manner we ye adwuma wo ho na ono eka through the technical knowledge no anim and enso so no apart from the technical knowledge no ya marketing gitim bi wo ho a enso ye bie ye ni adehwe agreement no mu a ntiase enim papa ehia se ntiase na adwuma me am fi say otie say obi de adepa ba ofia na otiase enim say ade we ade ba na adepa obeje na wa tu ubeboa no kra na wabedu fie ntem ana meboa enti say obi de ade ba ofie na say wo na waje atum na wo nkwada nsia obi antiase omoko na wo fa ase aba wo fa aba na wo ade we ya we wotiase unim say ba ha ya na che say there are two things others say enkyerechire no mu no antiase amam papa ana sisie bi ya baabi ana bibi nkoyie me the far way so na me the fan say first and foremost no 77 president say wo me say your constitution no hwa what the afoma gudie nyina hye aban ni nsam
president
no yes president no nsam aban president or representing nipan no no any personal capacity na hye nsam on behalf of the people of Ghana say won boso ban no hwe ni yie maye nanso so no sa gudie na yenya no ewo bi asase so ewo ahemfo bi ewo kro bi ewo family land bi so enti no wo ana gudie ne ye odi aba family land na eda ho no say no wokodo na afuo wontimi nkonka ka say mahu agudie enti no sebe afuo na wodo a wo ne wonkwada didi so no menko obium enti there is the need say even so hunu sa mineral no asase na se no woni nkrofo no a asase ne ye omudia no ai ho na sebe bia na culture family land kadende lands two land no okoka no muti ase yenya bibi se wa ha na se ne pese ye no ye ni si a ebia be deprive mu niam bi upe umpe o ebia okofaja okofa enwa unsa unya kwan ya ma kwan because sebe broni free ni kromba and investor bi free baby ba opeso protecting the ho enti ne obeye bi obeye se ne bi obi anko wanko wa deprive woni no a na sase no all the a year also onya meanwhile I was woni no so didi the mere fact is say when you mineral wa na sase na se no ankyerɛ sɛ wɔno ɛkɔ as a disadvantage person
ɛno no mentwa wa no ɛyade ɔmo yɛ o because as part of the schedule ɔmo yɛ saa ne yɛfrɛ no sɛ mineral nkɔfo evaluation o sɛ dɛn evaluation department boa ɔmo evaluate crops ni ade ɛwɔ asase no ɔmo hu ne ɔmo yɛ no so I'm not sure say
no wonya for example evaluate crop na wo man say bi asase ni masase ame wo nyina no ame de adua me koko wo ba evaluate say koko na esise no mama 30,000 okay that's okay wa mama 30,000 asase na ma free so hin ebia me so nya asase wo ba bia bio sika no medi anase bia me hu investments ame de be ya ebetimi aboa ama mfaso na ba I'm not saying say it's not bad because akudie na wo form a wo koye no mfaso ni bi nso be kwa ma sebe asase for no ntina omo fight for development ayini say 1% no esa na omo maso enkosoro
kromo for na fight
yeah I follow seriously
okay
the chiefs, the people, the elders, the youth, the women omo say unless say omo awu ansa na omama company na ba ho let's just say bibi antiase bi anya dwuma
ba Pacho there is also the winning baby omo ya abo akere no omo de wo ho na we so ho
mankesim for
and I will not missing the two
na winning baby
because me who press conference from winning baby for omo ka say baby omo che omo abo akere no omo ma kwan mo bi ama ho
na me ka say ano nso ka ho mankesim ka wantie na ebia wantie press conference omo nso aye baby ye tum wo mu nyina na aba together
okay
na adenti na man ba sa so obi a sebe wo waka oda no wo nsonso no a na wo tete wo ho se wo hwa agudi a yenya wo kɔ obo ase and Obuasi how many years ago, over 100 years in Fiawa, yet to gold was assassin. No, I didn't pay no Obuasi or bet me. I said, oh, wait, yes, a cocoa clone. I know, acquire one fight demonstration. Meanwhile, assassin, did more than 20, 30, 40 kilometers was assassin. And to woman is around Yamashi, hey, near Dibia Yagi, young Kenny Nebia Mama Kayan Siaso. And to know consultation is the first factor. For example, near Dr. Nnawotwi K. Sabi, Samemi ya Bainam Womwa, Min Kasebia Tony Edu, na or where chief executive officer, I will Abia NDC time. So long will say, what expertise on a Michon, I'll bet me a bois, or beton mawa. At the end of the day, no meaning one kasa ana ubenya praises no. So you listen, you consult, you open up. Who open up niaman kitingiti we nyina no ebeko. Oh, intin wusha ana number 2. I see a mixing maybe. We should not mix our normal to send a tornado cano. Minerals and mining law, sa agreements are 19 kojo yeah. Abekane. Specifically for gold, most of our agreements, maybe what parliament, ratification, hundreds and hundreds of them are about gold, bauxite and tar, diamond, a bit but gold, 111. Ayadibia, and only a completely different traditional, Yamia bois, Yenya, Wankasa, Obadibi, or your friend, critical minerals, and yes. Critical minerals, a green mineral, Ayadibia, we are baby. As of now, the demand for lithium, no, I have 310, around that, 310,000 metric tons, will say. By the year 2035, I acquire about 3 million. Why? Because here, we see a move from fossil
to clean
energy.
Yeah.
Clean energy, this is what is going to drive the clean energy. And then, budget MPP, they are trying to give tax incentives to who produce electric cars. And I'm who the electric cars buy. Electric cars, a lot of the components in electric cars, battery, lithium. Phone, ukra, a laptop, ukra, no. The component of lithium are a woman. And the world is moving. And this world move, that's when men treating it as any gold, any box, any diamond. Yeah, and first gold fields. Or boys gold. Me can say good, but minia near 10 me was shares. I'm a toy 30 years in yam frame me da shares and I shake abakane once in my nya. I sent to go. Yes, I bought shares. Obian frame the yamami capreda. I shake me torn in the 80s. And you know, way and yes, I could this one. There, Peter. Yamia buana ba. Yam first agreement and then 20 million you saw that agreement and say your basis. A completely new set of agreements. Yantrase, Chile, one royalty, one range between 8 and 21%, depending upon what we share the way a unique. Ebi anabuana identity. And to say what ya the fact is any aji see and say can be say why I say nyame do yan wodi amaye. But a kwambe de be faso aye be nya so mfaso. Then konkoye to say sika koko gold, bauxite, diamond yet to for 100 years and over. Still, Ghana, look at our economy now.
Okay.
Our priority.
Okay.
Then we shall answer. And yes, I just say joint ventures. Who can be say only ni buy no ba ni trada no be start there be. Me unyadwini in the sense say
I want to make one here.
Barari, who can say Barari buy no until risk now will be taken for exploration.
Because that's what they expect. Say no, I'm make.
Okay. The issue is that there's no way a company can just get up and just come to one's country and say I'm coming to exploit lithium, and then at a specific area they quite explore no home.
So the point is that name how much is there. So all the scab shame that's where in your commercial quantity.
But at least who idea be say BB as to ne do one
that's what is
that is with all the mining in a petroleum. And I don't qua. I could a oil. The same thing. Ubenya 3D seismic not what steady. Too steady I may now hit here no. But what we are saying is if it is done well, there can be an agreement to say exploration a car be bono. Who hit here?
Okay.
Sa kano. A buy no bebum. Nye nyina achesa aka na tua. Say na be ya on an even level.
Okay.
So bibi wo mu say 4.5%.
Okay.
Reserve maminka we na.
Okay, yes, wrap up for
4.5% be our agreement in Mutwemwa for previous land owners. 4.5% shares. Ayadibia enyentiase because it cannot just be vague say 4.5% shares e modu pa. Tiwhemwa. Yes, we want to know who are those behind the 4.5% shares now worker.
Yo, Mate.
We'll come back have a few things to be Manu to know how. You can welcome my younger brother. Don't know what to say.
Ora Kojo Boateng, former MPP constituency chairman, New Job in North. Good morning. You have a there.
Yeah, me Adom million.
Good. Akwaba.
Yeah.
I don't contest.
Na mincha million.
Na menko Zoom no so na me another Boateng, Dr. Frank Boateng, University of Mines and Technology. This agreement will be a more role we play because feasibility into whether say between establish a refinery no yade omo enomo di ho akotene. Doc Martin biaboko.
Yeah, openyi mechia mpanyimfo omo studio. Mora Sorogoni ora Boateng na me nua panyi Dr. Tony Obin. Me hu se opanyi Sorogo e ka Tony Oedi mpacho nana oye Dr. Tony Obin.
Oh, me tia say me ne ntamu de yete ho ase because I'm not no CEO no me na me chairman for Mines and Energy. And wo ye adwuma report ma me. And yete ho ase wo ye doctor. Okay. Well, Dr. Matias.
Doc. So what share agreement is in yes. What share agreement is in yes.
Me answer. Yes, answer na. Obebusa me question impo, I just want to put certain things in the right perspective. Now, am pembebre ye kasa ye two gold or Ghana for 100 years. One ye free gold no so. Very true. Now the question we have to ask ourselves is, what do we even do with what we get currently? From 2013, the physical Ghana mining nyoma fiscal regime change. Corporate tax MOV from 25% to 35%. Additional 10% increase coming to government. How do you call it? I mean, most of the things we put together at that time were to make sure, say, Ghana, you be benefiting kakra from your mining, and your mana no. In the time, what we have to ask ourselves is, say, you're ready, say, we want to go to the table. Now, you see the baby shame. Say, the bear, you better not a prone hobby. Now, yet to me, I take a decision, now, benefit here. Yeah, it very difficult. Because they be a city back say niska they be exploration niska they be taking some risk and the time it will continue to be a problem and we may not be able to have the right beneficiation from our mineral.
Once I appreciated Mr. I know ma a kind of dorsal. Now I answer you to me at why Mr.
I want to brofo.
Ose.
Mate. Enti dia me pesa me kan say ye keka nyina no ade e wo say e ma ho hia ye te say o man and say agudie na yetu ekwan ben ye be fa so a say agudie Ghana ye betumi a benefit say e be den ye tumi akotena table ni ho be na ye chiche skano a dodo na betumi abaye ho e o se yetimi discussion ni aso se yetimi boa na ye koyanim me fo se kakra o my ba ko beba be friends party ba ko beba party mienu beba ye nhwe se de ye bia no ye ama opron no ho no ye betena ho bi ni aso se ya de ben ya benefit through policy. And that is why make 2013, I think the Ghana Gold Company, and that was quite a positive idea. Na mineral royalty, you're managing it very well. Fine. I mean, fast forward, Mineral Income Investment Fund has come. Royalty, we are benefiting. And I think and you may be a war Mineral Income Investment Fund Act, and when they say yebe kreska. Na yetumi di seska we bi a share good year nim. Na ye di adada good year no said yebe ya yebetumi anya ho nimdie bebre yebetumi anya ho said yebetumi improving no. Said the value chains of Sanyoma ye yebetumi anya so fasodie bebre. As sikana also enya no bebre no betumi atena oman mu na boayen.
Okay.
The policy is very, very important. Dr. Tony Obin, I was very happy. So I was very happy. So I can say, how do you call it? Barari DVA bano. Omushe o my Ghana mu yemra. And he said the idea you must fire good dear home. And no be home and omo buy. And they oma berry. Oma baby omo exploration. Omo establish lithium wasa as I say. Omo person almost starting normal year adwuma. Pe Ghana for ye nyina sorry. Afena, people are coming with innovative, fantastic ideas. This is all good, but we have to be very, very careful because say I'm year and everybody is watching. Afena discover first time I ever signed a first lithium agreement. Obi anywhere all can say agreement here I ever signed. Yenhwe mu Ghana from Kataso. But I say very, very careful. Say the bear others are watching. So we're good any form. And maybe not many papa be doing come on and make a chair and say, you're careful. And I haven't completed that study. But who follow trend analysis? If 2013, eba basin there. Mineral investment is going down. You who say Crawford is scared about my way musomo by exploration.
Okay.
And I was saying I be cost idea and so. Obia call neighboring countries because some fiscal regime are quite relaxed into normal beko honum, normal domestica kwa juma honum. That is what is happening. I've not completed that work. But if you look at a trend from 2013, that is what is happening. Mineral investment, foreign direct investment into mining, from sa. Papa no catch them so na say good day na ho a dia into ender from ho. So that's what is happening. A good year and better from her, and they will all die and go, and a good year and better her.
Okay.
So says that mineral rich, but mineral na one. We are not putting ourselves together as a country. You bet me a boa na mineral no you benefited from the mineral. Man, children so benefited. Okay.
So Metiasia, we are all talking about the fact that also to me share Emrana govern the mining industry. At what point in time, any because okay, or see it to me reform Emrano, should it be a ne? When should that happen?
It should happen now. So
okay,
and until now, the OBA cano, we are very excited. I mean, Imani with Bryce Simon, they are talking. Fuichi Kata and Mr. Kofi Ansa, they are talking. IEA, they are talking. Everybody is talking. Dr. Tony Obin is talking. Everybody is talking. Let's listen to what everybody is saying, but we have to be very careful because we are speaking to the international market.
Doc Makaino.
We have to be very careful. We have had the first lithium agreement. Now going forward, the ideas are coming. We will even support government to go in deep neck through Mineral Income Investment Fund. Said the subsequent ones, the government may take a front seat. So that benefits how my
okay.
But if we do not do that, we will wish and whisk your friend is saying they already bro don't know about now boss no.
Okay.
It will scare people.
Okay. But Nanka was a Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission and our funds are buying 8 year consultation year before some sign this agreement way. If Mokasa Yensa, do we change from this agreement? And I say yes and ye.
No, agreement, no, it will be ratified by the Parliament of Ghana.
Sure.
the agreement in technically we can't even say the agreement is signed. I hope so you are getting that, because Parliament can't ratify the agreement can't go anywhere.
Okay.
Right. Now my contention is so what here commentary ni bibi obi can and you might be war agreement anymore. People are not talking about that, and I'm quite concerned. Production of feldspar, which is one of your friend is saying the other minerals we are getting from the lithium. No, nobody is talking about that. And I know that UMAT, you developing feasibility as to how you better establish the feldspar production or the Infantiman district, a best market industrialization. Nobody is looking at it, and if you look at even the economics of that one alone, it's huge. People are saying, so, processing lithium, no, aha. That is very good. Has those people, have they really considered Sika, the company will spend in constructing this processing facility, no, aha? Looking at the life of mine of only 12 years. Economics-wise, it does not make sense.
But that is what the minister said, we are not going to export it in its raw form. And the minister can not only say, mine life near 12 years and a very difficult so be between me set up a refinery. I
mean, let's see who can do it. Let's see who can do it. I mean, cost of establishing a lithium processing plant in Ghana for a mine life of 12 years. I mean, Dr. Obi will tell you I mean, some mining companies have even shared off their equipment, because when they look at the economics of replacing the fleet and the economics of giving it out as owner mining for somebody to mine for them, it made more economic sense.
Okay.
You see, the whole process and the whole activity of mines in Nnawotwi Kika Hono, a bit complex, kakra. And you know, we should always have to seek technical and expertise advice before we can do some of these things. Okay, and you know, policy.
Yo, Mate, Madase, my member studio na Meneora. Kwajo Boateng,
yes.
Medin Como. I mean, we are young, can say, I'll see it to me, Brano. But now, dog cry can say, refining crown a bad thing. But the minister no him no that die, and I say, what do we do then? You bear ma young say, young funny raw form, sign and figure and ankle.
Very well. Meaning, the came a min chair or for the min chair in your penny, and pay him say Saturday, Nina Ghana and costume Tina. So it's a good discussion. But the can and says lithium Komoya Yin for the past 2 weeks in here, and he say I take it the center stage of the air and any money idea. Yeah, because me and I Ghana and Kosovo. Now me I did about quiet every power my mo say as some the bus here, and I feel I say Ubia dream Abaso.
And say,
yes, I'm coming. So, say, I say, come on, I ye develop. We can say, the Abano, ye travel, crack. Into not just say, a honor now be whom, Sabi, ye said that any minor skills. But ye did technical idea, because the technical know how be, and the life and the management, ye did can be.
Okay. Because
that is how leadership is all about. Into me, Ebasea. I agree with all the opinions. So, Sabi, on my son, I'm not expecting some note here. You have to agree with me in my submissions. But at the end of the day, are we saying, for whatever we are looking forward, is it going to be the benefit of the state? That is the key.
Wait, Dr. Tony Obiam said
also interventions. Okay.
Very well. Final remarks. Very well. No problem. Yes, and final conclusion. Then you also to me here about this particular agreement. Anybody for coming?
You, Eddie Canon, I'm saying, Chairman Sorogo Kabibi said, O my muno, ye much say, I didn't trebi or cry, yenje, because our discussions in Kebikra and Mammy Drew Sambri say a idea, a bino, yes, our discussions, or they. Nkwafo bi asabi omo nimdie kakra wo ho when you say Ura Kofi Ansa or a former CEO of the mineral school, I think the first CEO.
Yeah.
A man for her technical uncle for a in Iowa. Yeah, Becca said, Jama, would you only a bind back on a year, Juma? Into cry, I am from. Mean Kaiser or my be bimpo. America, so yeah, dialogue be they invite to an answer, we matter. I am hard being. It's not about taking money. I mean, Ubia, yeah, oh, cry, yeah, you be and yes, some, but as a mind bano to also give your opinion about issues, your knowledge about issues. Yeah, I think we should always remember, say, when it comes to natural resources, ubia will interest you. Yeah, natural resource, no, ubia. That is why the natural resource belongs to you, but held in trust, by the president. And the president is a trustee of the resource. And I say to me who say, now going forward, for these critical minerals and our special minerals now, yes, a see a better different framework, including a public-private partnership arrangement. A big cry, Rebecca said, okay, but you have Ghanaian entrepreneurs to do that. Maybe put a consortium behind them to do that so that the benefit remains. In the case of establishing a processing plant, I tend to agree with Dr. Frank Boateng, even though the minister has said it, and I think we need to interrogate it. Has he said that just to convince us or can because it will be feasible for a processing plant to be established within this period? Is it not possible, say, one group be mining, not another? I mean, is it the case that our expectations say there will be more lithium around, and therefore establishing a processing plant within the 12 years, would also benefit other lithium production at Beba. These things are not very clear. Okay. And I think because the whole process has been opaque, and that's why everybody now that the minister announced it, now that there's light shine now, a viable agreement with Ubia Kasa, because at the time I know you can't want some no Ubia and Tehubi via and no count okay. I think going forward, are buying, and it is happening. Uko Botswana says here, the production of diamonds, and diamond is the mainstay of Botswana economy. The state, was 51 or 52%, and the private sector now, almost 47, 48 as a 49%. Maybe a cost pepe. The Botswana for the year say government mistake no. It is managed professionally. It is not managed by NDC or NPP. It is managed professionally until they get the benefit. So Ethiopian Airlines, and I think a month for Bexa said who can do Ethiopian Airlines, there is state airline, and so it is managed professionally. Ghana will say a try Ghana International Airline Kakrebi. I have him Ghana International Airlines they start a chance no. One more executives are no me why for. Uba na acquire party for na acquire organizing secretary chairman we say near there. Enti ye who say ye form a good end ye inquire there. Ye ne dachi for there. Ye ne dachi for there enti ye manager interest needs to be ye ne dachi for. And it the America will no for now.
Okay. Where the Nanka may work question back over and so and I'm breaking.
Bisa. Na me answer na.
I don't know why about 30 seconds, mommy, because say yen to me and refiner. Then I was say careful about transfer pricing. Ne sa ho irregularities bemuno. And today quite about first was Ghana. Ne also say company no AUC transfer pricing. Irregularities be M-fan short change here in this whole deal.
Actually, men kind of try saying to me refine it. Ebia na omo aye ho adesua actually say be to me. So me kind of try na I say ebia my say me minim dia koso. So my dear to me so be to me refine it. And if government is asking them to refine, it's not a bad idea. Okay. Because obi kraka say set factories in the crowd or Ghana, but I'm saying any far-fetched for now. But so much me I refine it there. Yeah, insisting on more refining. Okay. Now if in the contract almost the such as you say on very fine yeah. Send a choir on before so refining the mean bisa. Okay. You doc Medasi. Thank you so much. Doc Kunyam choir join here. I'll see a corner of formula and weekend you say be musinya kakra go on bottom. Tiwamo and ADBB yankwe then go to and then mula no so resource. Ya ba beto aso ni entra ba isia. All right, and yamo akwa babio and Vambra Nnawotwi adwumadie so Adom TV. If you have try ho e was 94.7 FM. Baby I will show you if more takra there more show you nyam Barnabas anan e obia ho was sending a message. Barnabas, good morning to you. Mr. Morning and ole. Well, Chairman, now I go asem so na me.
Yes, in Koma ye dia no pain. It is very important as citizens grant you show interest in what is going on. Okay. And Ningina, it start from somewhere. I'm not expecting say okay, today Ebia ye di hun Koma might not be perfect, but it's a roadmap to also guide us for the next step and Koma ye be di about all about our minerals. Nene, in fact, ye can't any money be brave. I'm happy. Today is the first day. One interview some experts that they are giving us the alternative agreement. For the past 2 weeks, it's all about the noise. Oh yeah, the agreement, you know, and your papa, you need idea, what the number here. No, be say, how much are you expecting in this agreement? And then you won the crowd work agreement in the same. Today. That probably I had the alternative suggestions from the experts at Mono Makasa. This is what I was expecting all along. What I say, the fact that it's coming from my government, I'm not saying say okay, yeah, sorry, Anopano, at the end I put to you, it's imperfect and everybody is going to embrace it. No, at the end, you should expect all these opinions. Not the woman pa no pay. Now we say once you have these collective views, there's a parliament, a very ratification. The parliament represents the people. So today, the voice of the people is parliament. It's in Anya Shekrano. First engagement. It can be a parliament, but in the framework of constitution, so everyone who say, okay, edu baby a yenjai ma aspects no enu omunkomo. Said they are omunya public disturbances. Now at the end, if they were able to draft something for the state that yenso or minus nimdia no sabi minu mienu a minu amato abama o se ko represent me so one so atime voice na de bia ka ho so on de me patri. So for me baby edu say somehow we are not expecting so okay, let's abrogate the contract, but if we have to add 1 or 2 to solidify the contract, this is why the parliament is there. So what you say? Na too much partisan issues. The amasa ankomo we nyina aye ene say and then menua allergy ti. So oka na wan kan ye pa. The first question is that is it our first time ye ebia mining a contract to krum hana? Then it becoming reference upon reference upon reference. Yeah, but got to say one more 2 years no and born mining in any way. One who me patri. The former chief executive's conversation that he put it in place. A year manager kakra and say, okay, we have all been there before. Ebia ye to anamombia, it wasn't good for the nation. But Maza, obia new future for sure. We use the past mistakes to correct the future. So this is what conversation that we are discussing now. But my ye who say, Minia, I say, adene ye no obia ni nimdie na yen ye kasa no yen na nka ye wo nimdie anka betumi di aye. Me, this is where my problem is. All the conversation that I've had, and sometimes and then it wasn't about say what expect and answer me views here me deba, because for listening to Abia from the former chief justice or no Tiabontin on listening view and I'm a because he wasn't part of the contract by the abeto or can be. So on your aspect.
Oh, the former CEO there, you can consider him.
No, we can't former chief justice.
Oh, okay.
So what I say, and the field, but so or can be. or can be the law. That's what I'm saying. Or can be or can be in the sense that in the legal frames, what is it going to bind the contract to stay and the benefit of the state? Said the Dachi, my friends, idea Okona, but it's gone. If the contract did not go well and all those things, judgment debt be any that kind of thing. Because you see, the point is that on my nankasa entrance, what you say? This is what, first of all, no. Minia penny Rasorogo Etios.
On that point, kind of when I share honorable. Say any dispute between the parties in respect of the interpretation or enforcement of the provisions of this document shall be settled in accordance with alternative dispute resolution. In general, some of the doing to me court and
nothing bars anybody from going to court, not even the law. But I don't know why they want to restrict it to, and they use the word shall. You know, which means that it's
shall be settled in accordance.
Shall be settled in accordance with the ADR. Yes. You know, it's a law. It's a law. It's
a law, but
parliament.
Law upon law. Law upon law. The fact that is the ADR. The first premise is to make sure that that process goes through first.
But if
it's not certified, the ADR, we can still take it to the highest court to settle the differences. The American say, say this uncommon. What you say, but don't let us bastardize what we have on the ground now. Me, that is my worry. Because first of all, on mining media work. In fact, if you take, I've been in Celerion trying to do mining. They gave me almost about 20 kilometers. What you say? First of all, I went straightly to the ministry because they have spent time. Data. So the best market was McKinney. We have this mining. We suspect, accurate or not, they have a data. So it is up to you. Geological survey. And then knowing say the almost cancer mining or mining no.
It's a gold and a diamond.
Exactly.
But the quantities in there so many.
So that is where they have used their students to earmark all these areas. They have plotted them. So at the end, and yes, what Baniaka to say mean okay. Me chama kwajo boatin me tie dwura maka cho so me nua me high me ogidie pa se gold wa ha because nsuo to a ye hu se gold eba nsuo nani o si okay and then what do we do? Yes yenko Ghana at the mineral commission yenko ji permit ne yenko ye your friends first prospecting and the money adi that particular investment that risk when you say business there's a risk but the point is that risk now will come for so many years before you settle and bring the report back to the government and the Mineral Commission. Have anybody sat down and think through? So so say Jojoa, you shouldn't come from the point that ebedu baby I say you'll be interest. So in opposition interest, let's hold it. Yen can be the citizens and realize say no government need BBA somehow no I say there's a short change.
In some way.
And then my point is that in me fan to catch me say now you are doing your job application. Say person power. In me fan to now catch us me oba there was some now can oba no about sign contract now I said so these are some of the things that you are trying to portray to the citizens.
Chairman Kojo Boateng no me encourage Kojo Pepra from one Kojo to another Kojo. President Small Scale Miners Association of Ghana. Chief Medase, Michia Nsonama Akwaba. ESA agreement between Ghana and Barari. Monso are small scale miners. Mo how be ho and mo dem fi say mo hwe ekwan a ye de fa so na bibia de na kwam.
No, I didn't come. I mean, as a matter of fact, agreement where Ghana signed. We feel say the right agreement to sign as a nation, in the sense that if we are in a country, it will lead to Australia. We Australia free, they go to China, they go to Chile, then it follows. Africa, your car country, or no lithium, or also make the use of some mineral where Zimbabwe. We Zimbabwe, they come to DR Congo. After DR Congo, now Waba Nigeria, they come to Ghana. But my main for Nigeria, or more contracts now, or more assign, and I say contracts now, or more hold on for Sa or more lithium where you see the Ghana no agreement, into me, drain or mine. Nigeria, 2 companies nearby. Tesla and 1 company, a Chinese company. Tesla for buy, they came say, betu. After that, I exported the raw state to United States. I'm a Nigeria mining in us original, so they be give out all their minerals, including oil, out. So, sir, mineral we are seeing in 1817. And as a matter of fact, they will not give it out just like that. In Tinomino, they stood on their grounds. Before say even the agreement to commence, these people are building a manufacturing or a processing factory for the lithium. Intino, omo start some betu gudie no kra and I say mineral no kra. Omo say omo see a processing factory in Nigeria. So you can check.
In sa agreement here we are signing, OSHA section 36 or say exportation, sale and disposal of minerals. The company shall not export, sell or dispose the minerals the subject of this mining lease without a license to export, sell or dispose of the mineral granted by the minister. Okay, so it means that it's not about refinery. Okay.
Yeah, so they can export. And the minister has the right to give them the exporting license.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, a brother nation, no. They have stood on their ground and said, Master, you cannot export this mineral from our country unless we add value to it. And they have done it. Yeah, coming as Ghana, we are ahead of Nigeria. If we talk about gold, Africa, Ghana is leading. The only country in terms of diamond, and some diamond sector, Ghana, bauxite, manganese. It's a Nigeria, we lead them in terms of minerals. No, who said no until we see processing plant in the ground, mine in the with regards to the lithium. You should understand the African countries be Benin. But by the same Ghana, the pioneers with regards to mining, you just leave this sector or aspect of a contract. It means that there's a short chain somewhere. Lithium na sebe yenyina no ye ka ho asem no. We stand to benefit, or if not, yenya hwimfim. Go to Bloomberg and find out and read. Even the agreement Ghana company saying they still were not happy with the contract. So as we speak now, it is on Bloomberg. So they want a renegotiation so that they will come down with whatever even Ghana is demanding. It's about time as a country, who say we can do it as a nation. How much are they even coming to invest in this country? Less than $300 million. So you want to tell us that Ghana ain't $300 million to even invest in that sector? Now can be a state owner now. Or we don't have the technocrats to go into this sector and make sure say ankasane me no kase cocoa aban betumi etu cocoa na wato mama no yentumi nya with regards to lithium because this is the cheapest with regards to say be a investment in minerals $280 million. Now
and to visa contract na then na say sesa wo ho or say sesa ansa na yakwa anim and say sesa then we need that kwan say sesa wo ho.
I think the sharing ratio should change. Okay. Because the investment these people are making, and they're huge. It's not even $500 million.
Okay.
For them to have that percentage they're having. They told some, we should put it in it. If indeed we are giving it to them. Before some to there should be a processing plant. And yes, I said the bauxite, your gold. All the minerals na yɛ de ama ɔmo na ɛnna even oil na yɛtu ha na ɔmo de akɔ refinance ɔmo asa atɔn ama yɛ no we end up getting that into that particular place na deɛ so you see the moment to they are fine but we should make sure say as a country we benefit from this mineral and yes there say the gold aba oboase pristia emfaso amba so no the same thing na lithium ne beba na at the end of the day boni ne betu akɔ na say if indeed yes we here be wa yes I go import it e dey about my way.
All right, I mean it's quite interesting to only enter member studio Alaji. So you have been there before. Then there was a saying about this agreement.
Well first and foremost no ma ye nyina nka na ye nte en wan say me nua kuma ka say agreement no people are bastardizing. Me person me use that word in the floor because if you even look at the critical NDC tna say yeah as a party obi no bastardizing here the chair say yes looking it from the surface no if say there's an improvement because I say what the agreement no air to two gold agreement yeah 100 years ago and the say there be surface agreement we ya sa mineral we ananya na ma yem fa nkoto to gold no yen treat no as a separate entity and number one okay so they will not export rare. Me maka agreement na me hunu because it couldn't have been in agreement in the sense say what started say who mine lithium na 1 year almost 2025 and number started mining and then when is the factory supposed to be ready?
Okay, so let's go into the agreement.
Yeah,
feasibility studies will say upon the grant of the mining lease. The company shall undertake a definitive feasibility study on the feldspar produced. So here we go.
Yeah, on the feldspar. It's part
on
of
the feldspar produced as byproduct of the mineral.
As byproduct.
And will submit a report of its findings to the commission within 4 months after the date of the grant of the mining lease.
Yeah.
Upon the grant of the mining lease, the company shall commence a scoping study to evaluate the economic benefit of the downstream conversion of the concentrate in Ghana and will submit a report of its findings to the commission within 4 months from the date of the grant. I'll say, subject to the outcome of the scoping study, the company shall establish a mining plant for refining the concentrate in Ghana. D, where the company is unable to establish a chemical plant, the company shall make concentrate available to any chemical plant established in Ghana for refining on terms to be agreed. So this is not about lithium, but about feldspar. Because from the beginning, feasibility study on the feldspar produced. Now, are we talking about lithium? It's not really the lithium.
Well, but it's
so this chemical plant is for the feldspar, not the lithium.
No, the issue is that straight. There's no way you can establish a factory within.
You can't. And let's be honest to ourselves.
Especially,
that's the point everybody is saying.
Yeah.
Say, or someone here Claire say. Chemical plant.
The minister said was wrong.
Yeah, but it's a byproduct. And when you look at it, it's the huge side of that particular product. So in terms of if you talk about the raw stage, if you take that byproduct, you can say it's about 70% of it. So that is where the concentration is. But you follow what I'm saying?
You know, sir.
No. Hold on. Let the audience to understand
the question because I know maybe if you Western region.
Yeah.
These feldspar near there, you might be see feldspar and then ceramics here you see. Feldspar no use. In the feldspar there. One can
It's about four companies.
About four. Because in Western region,
manufacture tires.
So for Felspar, they use it.
So that
is refinery. People were thinking, say, lithium, but that's what I'm saying. That or someone clarify, say, and you lithium by a Felspar, a byproduct.
Yeah, a byproduct. My argument on that effect is that in that particular byproduct, it's the huge side of the lithium. One with the main part. It's in the economic side, in the business side. This is where both of us is looking at.
Okay.
You get that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Master, first and foremost, we are talking about an agreement to cover lithium. Okay? No byproduct, and it comes, but that is not the agreement for this. This agreement is mining of lithium.
If you say that, I disagree with you. Because okay, so it's about the lithium. What we deem that lithium? But now say you
what is the agreement for? Agreement to do what?
Oh, but you can say that
lithium.
Yes. But when you lithium, now how do you going to get the byproduct out of it?
And the byproduct.
It's in who your business person. You don't look as at the other side of the economic benefit.
For the money for the time about one house what we are rebutting your kind of into no.
That means we are not here. No.
At this stage we are all sharing the idea. Let's be a state people and share the idea. No, because me, I
time. No, we are
okay. All right. First place, go ahead. NDC or whoever it is, I don't know. Never bastardize the agreement.
Some people are bastardizing it. But there are some arguments that they are not on the point of what the agreement is about. But in terms of their presentation, it just tells you, say, okay, maybe I like the Quran into my main candidate. That is what I'm trying to say. But it's part of the opinion.
Experts and Kasan will be bastardizing. And you were so lucky, say, when the NDC even came, they suggested so many. I'm saying yes, the colonial era agreement in there was yeah, they go there. I'm my son fast swap. When you boy lithium, young can see a first pioneer kaka. On the air papa who pump I say cocoa pot on your way. I know your byproduct. Yamia boy nya. Yen use one as a different because a green mineral. A mineral beer will be a pay. And no any drive we are saying. You clean energy. And the completely different agreement. Number two, yes, a moon consort to send your kind. Some when you know from one say they were not consulted. None of them. They weren't consulted. Consult to Tikrom Kwejina. Models nam consult to who baby I won't offer credit. Then koso. Be open. Oh, so for agreement will be our Bontimbia to say okay. Oh, Yababa establish a processing plan for the lithium. But it is not true. There's no way me establishing lithium processing plan within that period. First panel, who say agreement was say or they can liaise with other companies. Because they know say already know. Your tiles manufacturing companies. Won't be used. And one can say they can liaise in they will still use. But the main one now, lithium. And you can say, look, Pamno channel. So if you say let me draw your attention to it. Or can say me, agreement in for ratification. Parliament cannot change the agreement. No. Mines and energy to come to us. The agreement is coming from the executive.
You can make an input to go back to ratify. That is the word.
Land.
You see the word. You are giving some different opinion to the audience. But what's not Parliament? Said that is not.
What did I write here? Parliament can change. Can only send it back to the executive for amendment. So,
by the statement is the same thing. Because I know now draft too long. Just a minute. Let me just
allow him to make it. Because Orlando, you never tell us,
go ahead.
At least also we say ratification. I bet Tommy table should be brave. Be brave over 100 of them are ratified.
Experience. Anything that is why I'm including you to that.
I didn't cry my true man trunk because they be or kind of make. But my true at the house, so Parliament can change it, but can send it back to the executive for them with proposals. Sebia, and ye hear say, Ebia based on ye yen kikan, express kika, Sankofa yenchi, we will finance Akofa yenchi. But the problem is, company no, and the assurance no in a courtroom. I will feel so quite change, any budget. Because already, only the Konuka and so mining a year or no, royalty near 5%, into a do 10. Another F5 now they will cut. But from the beginning, say, look, we are not going to use the minerals and mining law now. As they say, no royalty, no. You're certain so many years ago. You use one, where you clean energy. And you know, you percent you use a completely different one. Expert comes in at the end of the day. There will not be agitation from the various places.
Mate.
Yeah, cause where the woman.
Medase. Mamenko, Dr. Van Boating, maybe my studio, Dr. Van Boating, into what say, I mean, major final words there. What do you think should change? Debe na wasi to me here. Waka saying to me establish a refinery for lithium, and so that's settled. But your final words before I let you go.
Was it within the time?
No.
Scope of time. Obian Kwanko Kotu and Kasa Otiana was say 10 years, 12 years, maximum 15 years.
But now you have got two different opinions. So.
Why?
No. The expert said within the 15 years, you're going to be established. No, train. The gentleman that you put on the other side minor or no catcher will say Nigeria, yes, you see plant no cry and son of master.
Yes, depend on the years.
Oh, listen. So depend on the years. So that is what the expert is telling you. And I make a choice. We did that year, no. So catcher Ghana say 15 years. Yeah, the amount coin mining, blah. Expert say 15 years. Going to be fancy. Then I'm telling you, it's the benefit to the state because after 15 years. The state can go back and change everything by law, by parliament, by the age. What you say?
So we're talking about refinery.
Oh, refinery. My expert in Canada.
Doc,
I am saying, sir.
Yeah.
In mineral economics, so we share the life of mine. They call it the LOM. Of 12 years now. A bad thing, say in economic terms, you ubaba odisika bebre beshem say odisi plant. Obi a juma or yen said the onusu benya mfaso kakra. Enti no a bad thing. Say the agenda no be to say ye sign a first agreement. Ye ko yenimia no ye the potential say ye benya omo or and say nipa bebre explore for lithium sisi a ye ka say. Enti ebetimi a consolidate sa various explorations in a potential establishment ebeye lithium mines abeka we mo ho de a na chese number no edoso enti say si planter so beba mfaso ama o mine no and so beba mfaso ama company na obesi sa plant no and no na me person me clarify but say here on a single life of mine year Atlantic ebe operate year ebe den kakra de na me person me cancer asemo ora Amadu Sorogo Kasano or about consultation, and I love it. I am only hoping, say yenya 2 million kotna by more. We you can say tembia ye dwen say yenkwani nipa enim nyansa and I yenkwani betumi akasa ama Ghana mine change. Ghana ye nipa bebre a ye betumi aboa ma o man we akọ nanim a or party color bi no akogina ha akasa. And so those people are not even respected. Their views is not even Ora Amadu Sorogo Akwabayamu pen. Okoye no me sure say he didn't consult broadly as probably is happening now. Inti the same kojo any team. And they say subaya nyina ye nsesa. Ghana mine nyina ye dia. Enye NDC dia, enye MPP dia. Enye nipa bia otiba bia dia. Nyina ye dia. Se yenyina ya nko adwenkromu ben kromu na se ya mani ambre anchichire sa o man we a enchirima daachi bi yebeko na yachi no enye fe ye nchichire sa o man we nyame dia ba bedua ha te se Ghana wa shiraya boayen ache yagudie ne nioma bebre wode no so to nchen a nimdie pa ye nyansa ye de bobra. If you Oba Ghana ha, we have people. You will nipa bet to me. The Ghanaians are all over the world, and they are making their money.
Agreement, no. I was a BBC home. Then I was a
agreement, no, in its form as it is. May I believe, sir, ye moving from and I last week me can say ye mfiti prakope into America. Akwala oto bono o area no apeja omu no anante na okọ. The enke penny say enka this is even owned by Ghanaian, but obi ni sika na ba investment no. Wa hwe wo investment climate, wo fiscal regime and everything and our ba. You're very, very, very careful. As it is now, royalty has increased. There is a levy of 1%. Sir, your friend is saying development levy, no. You be able to me adjust in a kakra. So bad.
Okay.
Carried free interest 13%. It's not so bad. Yeah, mineral income investment fund. Anyhow, state interest and so bad for this project. Now, in the long term, say you better establish a plant and they are benefited properly.
Okay. Okay, all right. Coming more about 30 seconds still. More feasibility to establishment of a plant for feldspar. I didn't know yes, when feldspar already Chinese tiles companies used to that. Okay, there be say feldspar now existing companies they use to know. It is not coming from the Awaya project. Okay.
The Awaya specifically for the Awaya project.
Okay.
Until now, almost sa plant way you be establishing on Fantiman ho na sparky industrialization within that region.
Okay.
Until a specific agreement, a conditional agreement to the ratification of your saying.
Okay.
The entire lithium agreement.
Okay. All right, yo. Doc, me that's a pass on a pay. What Japan now near Dinko. Dr. Frank Boateng, was the office of a vice dean of the at the office of research, innovation, and consultancy, University of Mines and Technology. Well. Remember, I'm the chairman.
I think.
One word. Me chairman Kwankasa. Main intervene. Main keno.
Okay.
Enti okase wiana me kasa onye din. One word.
Indirect way of trying to sanction me. But you see, Minia, I'm very happy and paying with your moderation of everything that we are discussing. That is the state. On mine can kono sani tetu. Sebi odo dieka kraba, we di ni dieka kraba. Going forward, that is the best that we think we can put in place. But at the same time, there may be say, are we ready? Say, in some year kind of conversation, you're driving it to the point. They say, okay, the nation is ready to invest.
Okay.
Do you get my point? Say, you're ready. Say, you're ready. Say, on mine, you're being invested into such areas there. Not to say there should be a certain budget now yes, a bar we can have our voice in it.
Okay.
Because say expert back media there among all our conversation where my interest is the Professor Boateng the Beto justice here. We have a very good schools in this country.
Okay.
Students that they are coming, the young that we are training them, what are we giving to them? What tools are we giving to them? And then you are near photocopies, pamphlets, near their children, even for them to go to the field, practicality, to knowing how to mine it, how to search for minerals, for them to write the necessary report. I bet me I guide the state in the cry. So, the nation are ready. Say you be invest here. Then we are all for it. So at the end of the day, say you ba ni e can public consultation near there or mining nimsika a woman omudiashim. But at the end, you don't sit back and then you think and say, oh, being funny sika may that particular investment. Now, obedo a certain stage, then you say, okay, yen idea no way asase so yen ye was saying all these things take into consideration make I say yen. So if you take where we are now obi ye catch us say this is the best agreement that you can have so far. We put it all together. Only say most of the state you have say there be ayeba near ma and a large so grow to parliament. Exemptions or demand for big companies. MTN Tiba Krumha. For the first 10 years, no mutu tax that. What you say? The point is that omo be invested, omo do misike basika omo de ba no be to tax. So based upon that, you give them a free will to do whatever they are doing in terms of business. So if government is thinking as a corporate and a business there, then we must also invest. So that's, you can have
MEF is doing. Some MEF, yes, sir.
How much? Master, I say me lithium here yaking. Where beside me some music I know.
26 point something million. I want to go.
No. You don't know. Don't say omodi bokwakushimo. From the beginning of the prospecting to give you all these things. And na make sure say yeba ni wo good students. I said the professors no mutiti wonyina. I say by this time, we have a data to speak to it. Now, if they're going to parliament, minimum time as open so run, but I like you know what mining energy for so many years. Saka omu ye proper laws. Senka ye minister be able sign law. I mean, take parliament. Who represent the people? I
1 minute on the time.
Is it the most important? The I mean, attack large, but my point is that, Master, Parliament is the backbone for the country. Anything only the second branch says executives here be franco. They represent the people. It in me and then Senka Alaji say a lot of consultations in Ibibia. Senka Mrase and Sana Minister be able sign any mining law and a mining agreement to be there has to be a broader consultation. Then you will list them. Maybe I would do a because we say told said you obey analyzing.
Yes, 1 minute.
1 minute to 30 seconds.
I'm not trying to say macho. Where you can in a boss and a Ghana, you bring ya a good year and media mayan. I won't fast walk. And you're not. What are we here for?
Oh yeah, we all agree.
First and foremost, I was saying to me, I say you invested in that area.
Okay, so you are.
I was saying 330 million Ghana cedis. I had a cathedral and fast one. Yet two manakes the most expensive. Almost I can say my orcas and my
the cathedral. What the cathedral got to do?
Oh, me can't waste of funds. You can't be near the investment. What do you mean, come, Aminka? What do you cathedral when you? Stop it. 330 million. They go to Manaka here. Last year, Auditor General support 12 billion. 60.8 billion. Bank of Ghana. Wa printia kogunsio exemption a woka ye exemption 440 million masa that time now we say already sika when you born one no because say what parliament now my exemption Ghana here I don't know but you should also catch and say you should be fair with me.
I've told him
because seriously speaking and you kill me. What parliament body? I don't know. Say easy. Well, Master, not young election, assembly election, but they're very important. Everybody. It's very sad to say. When it comes to assembly election, 33%, 34. Everybody. No, any other foundation.
I feel the most local government. Local
government. Yankwa one swear, Yanya Obida Dada. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
About that saying, Mammy to Argentine.
Now, what's over here? You, my gentleman said, Major say, the Abano or more yano or Yara, Yambo Mabasu, or Maya dear. And we say, Sabi Yanum dear, almost 90% to Boba, yet Chibi almost of Masamaka. No more mini program, let's say. The day in a Saturday, even 1% in poor. That you be fear you should ye, any be get you should ye, now what you say. Nimpam you numian sape at Tinoso said you. Yabadi Dakasa Kakaka, who could be fear. Cast the Bayan Siang or Chinesi on them. no kwan enjoy no bi Ghana one city for no wonya ono na ese hwe ni esa de besi advert sika no na abo man no ono na ese ni de chena if even yet omo de omo percentage ni na ma ye mpo that's the continue use ya.
Okay, yo, me da say mami come mami swear mami mache o mami mache.
Good morning.
Good morning, mami. Mami,
yeah, eba. Apo me.
Yami Adom, mami. Me enti o.
Me jodo. No pocho. Da me mine ni wa be. Abe krodu no we. Western ha abe krodu.
Only Western or Central region ewo ya.
Our Central region.
But onyo mfantime my area. Mami, namo mbocho efra. Maintain what TV no do. Ate on phone no do. Ate o TV no da. Obe delay and ate on phone no da. Michael, good morning.
Morning, master.
Na bibi abako there.
But you so adom na but na mo so e.
Me ho ye pa me ente o.
Me patrol. Ye papa na o se eche no. But you so adom na but na mo so e. Me ho ye pa me ente. Nyame adom eduma pa ansan se sempa no woka no. Ebi se Ghana ha sei no. Bibia ye ya na ye ne politics. Papa ya oba se see ye. Wasate politics. Actually say Ghana ha say mpanifo no sika no MPP fo no omuji sika na no makoto sika na gu. Yetu amana etu se sika bebere we nyina atu agum. Abrakọ a ebi tinmia se yesua de. Ebi suku dan ebubu a wase yesi. Am so de sika we akọ.
Yeah. Okay, madam Mpacho ofra na wadum o TV no volume no kakra mai ofra radio so a na wadum volume no e de ama kama. Enoch, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Mami nti over.
In fact, the real who and low. Ghana eh oh,
I didn't know cancer Ghana enye sir.
Ah, what? Oh, Yamransa. Maybe one pantomime, Yamransa.
Yeah.
Ma, the Manson Mankesin. Ukwashamba and Kwalasho Mochi, almost bread and move to make up. Now, Yamia Adom, my men are say the tree and my moon. May you say, what a day.
And to what then I'll pass who sell my ear about this mineral.
Oh, mineral, me away on me, my corda, minimum, Madame for. No. Into say a one. I was here say we no any forever. In a way, no so no the whole world now no mineral attention the price no equal any.
Yo, yanko nana bonso marching o.
Therefore, cham nyame aso die kan.
Enka won so over. I mean tell.
Ya mo muni adwuma, me show bibia. Efo shout what do you? I mean ya senya ku Kennedy, I just showed them senior parliament, na Alan. Shall we be? A coming for Sir Minras na a PM crop for the fancy, said them come burning more. This time also 3 a year constitution amendment. Because of what you say, good you 2 free 1 year, 15 credit in there, or wasn't in a year.
All right, me pacho ba no watwa ne tete wa mama. Kojo memra ho na mintie oso de bone tell why.
Yo me das ne gba pam yakopon hram. Nanti chese Ghana no bibia yense bosom bia no. No se yetutu na jeje mu ana. Na bibia nyam yaso se. Chese ye discover ya ni yekotu. Ya na sembe fo no. So mutumi nya hyepe bia. Ye ma memra no de. Me njima medasi.
Okay. All right. You Kojo your last caller. You wrap up on this. I like remember, me 2 minutes of the time. Well, but 2 minutes exactly. Why?
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to say, Mpacho, yeah, I was saying you know together as a country. Now you say, your laws no, by 100 years, said the year Jumano. You demand gold in your cacao, and this year you so and you said they quite commodity. And you know together. Parliament way bar and people may be a beer or one consort or more consort widely a beer agreement in better. Into no a man for ban. And once I'm fan call back and come executive no. no money company in interest no mo hwe say betime ayi because woman kasa agreement ne chese on best 2025 Saturn kra no munia ban mu no mo kɔ na Ghana for to omo dadaada because woman fie watwe na asa but enisa wo kasa wunia ban mu nti no wo ye ne toro kan ja na hobasa wobeba wo mra hwe busia ya bo ebi 40 years Saturn na me wo kɔ me nua yi onu kra ne bi owu kɔ na nkwada ne ye nana no 40 years no nya over so 100 and something cause why pon na ya nkwada ye ja omo ne ye ja omo kakese. Why are we doing that? Assembly members no.
They can say ye can about lithium near laws near they said they're large kind law no cotton hopa. But there's a little that they do for that particular laws. It is a so one for says our agreement na ye can say is the best because umra now we settle ho umra na guide for that particular agreement they shouldn't look wrong side of that particular law because radio they refer to the laws. It is a laws weaker, they have to amend the laws in parliament and make sure say or no and then not catch and say and the sika dia kwa cathedral. Be some say exemptions on the mining equipment I will chroma. Say and that particular sikana and the mass students tech mining schools and then hold on.
Samuel